Hi there and welcome to WB Fun Woodworking. I'm Don. This is a brief shop update for October of 2020. It's especially a thank you video. I'd like to thank some specific individuals that helped this channel get to 1,000 subscribers. We just passed that goal the other day. And I've had 4 people that are on YouTube that have really helped along the way. The first of those is Stanton. He has a channel called Wood Chopping Time. He's been around a long time. Chad is an excellent woodworker. He does it for a living, which some of us would only dream of doing. But he's an excellent woodworker, and his goal is to help woodworkers. Chad's up in Toledo, Ohio, so I've never met him, but he seems to be a wonderful guy. The other is another Stanton. I know I've mentioned both of these before on this channel. The other is another Stanton, Dave Stanton, down in the Blue Mountains of Australia. Dave has a wonderful channel. He's a good woodworker, has a lot of experience in woodworking. And he does a Sunday evening show, at least Sunday evening here in California. I think it's Monday morning in Australia. But he does a live woodworking show, which is kind of fun to watch because, like all of us, he goofs and the people in the chat sort of help him out and say, Dave, what about this? You forgot that. It's really kind of cool and fun to watch. The other 2 that I'd like to mention and thank are 2 that have jumped in recently and have helped push this channel over the 1,000 subscriber mark. The first of those is Grant Alexander up in Canada. I'm not sure exactly where Grant is in Canada, but I know it's a beautiful area based on some of the videos that he's shown. He's a young father and husband and does some things around the house for his child and for other things that he needs to get done. But he has a really nice channel called The Grant Alexander. Grant is also on a podcast called Clamp with a couple of other guys. You might want to check it out as well. And most recently was Rob over at Make Things. Rob got on Instagram and Facebook and said, okay, people, he's only, I think, 7 short from 1,000, so let's see if we can push him over 1,000 subscribers. And Rob, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. I've never met you. I'm not even sure exactly where you live, but seem like a great guy, and I greatly appreciate all of your help. So thanks for that push over on Facebook and Instagram. I greatly appreciate it. You can find Rob on YouTube at Make Things and Facebook and Instagram at Make Things with Rob. Go ahead and check him out. So thank you to all 4 of you for helping push this channel over the 1,000 subscriber mark. I'm hoping to do my best to keep it there, and I thank all of you who have subscribed to this channel. So I've set up this shot all the way across my shop, or at least almost all the way across my shop, so I can show you the progress on my lathe cart. I have all 3 of the boxes made. They're not hooked together yet, but they'll be hooked together. I've also made the drawers for these 2 units and even installed the first drawer to make sure that would fit. I still have the trays to make in this unit over here. I'm going to put a door on the front of that unit and put trays for my turning blocks in some of the large pieces that I plan to turn. So those will go on slide out trays in this unit. I haven't started those yet because I wanted to put the new stock guides from Jessum on my table saw. But I've run into an issue with that, so it's taken me a little longer to do that than I had expected. What else is new in the workshop? That seems to be what woodworkers do. They solve problems. So I have a problem I'll tell you about over there. Some of you may have noticed recently that Woodcraft had a sale on the Jessum stock cut guides for the table saw. I've been wanting those for years. They're wonderful. They're fantastic for the table saw and very good for safety on the table saw. This is one of the stock cut guides. It's made out of very strong aluminum. It's extremely well engineered and well made by Jessum in Canada. But I couldn't afford them. But when they offered them for $50 off at Woodcraft. I couldn't resist, and I had enough money saved up, so that's what I bought. Those stock cut guides go on a rail that sits on top of the table saw fence, which is very nice, except I have an Incra table saw fence instead of a Biesmeyer or the fence that comes with a regular saw stop, so it won't fit on here. There's this positioner that works with the fence is too tall. Jessum makes a kit, and I bought the kit, and it has little risers that rise this above the positioner. Unfortunately, the way my table saw is set up and my positioner is set up, they're too short. So now, as most woodworkers do, I have to problem solve. What I've done is I looked through my scrap pile and I came up with this piece of scrap walnut, this piece of scrap, and it happens to be the exact same width. I mean, it's really exact same width as this rail for the stock cut guides. So what I'm planning to do is attach that to the top of my fence using these T-track nuts and knob. They'll go right in that T-track, and I'll drill holes in the walnut so that I can attach it to this T-track that's on the fence. So I have some work, of course, to do on the walnut, trying to get it cut to the right length and sanding and finishing before I can get back to it. But I had these things all installed, ready to go. I thought they were going to be perfect, and like I said, they were too short. So now I have to work on Plan B, which is very common in woodworking, and see if I can get that to work. Since this is a shop update for my channel, I'd be remiss in not letting you know what's coming up soon. First of all, I have a video on this shop apron that I got from Jonathan Katz-Moses. I'm going to share in that video what I put in the pockets of my apron, give you some ideas of what you could put in the apron if you decide to wear one, or tools that you could have around the shop. So that's coming up. In fact, as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to go in at the computer and start working on finishing up the editing of that video. Of course, the Jessum stock cut guides that I was showing earlier for the table saw, that will be a video on how to install those on an Incra fence and how to modify installing them on an Incra fence. And I also have the cabinet for my lathe that I've been working on. I shared with you the progress on that earlier. And that, I've already produced 3 videos for that one. The one on edge banding was the most recent, and then I had the 2 on the pocket screws. So I have some other smaller videos coming out of that project, and hopefully the whole big project as well. So that's what's coming up on the channel. I have some other projects that are sort of in the progress that I'd like to get to as well, but those will come up sometime in the near future or maybe distant future, depending on how long it takes to get things done. This is a WB Fine Woodworking Newsflash. We're very excited because we're going to add a new girl to our pack of Basset Hounds. So yes, we're very excited about this puppy coming. She'll be flying into San Diego on Friday. One of her breeders is coming along with her. So we're excited about her. No, we don't have a name yet. We'll let you know what that is later on. Well, by now, all of you on YouTube know the drill about the thumbs up and the questions and comments. I appreciate any input that I can get. And I really like to answer questions because my goal is to help you as a woodworker. So if you have questions, please let me know. If you haven't subscribed already, please join those 1,000 other subscribers and subscribe to the channel today and ring that notification bell so that you know when I put out videos. As you can see, I have some that are coming up that you might be interested in. And thank you to those 4 guys that have helped out the channel. I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate all of you that have subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much. And thank you all very much for watching.